Hello fellow Total Warriors, I am Zardar and welcome to another online battle from Warhammer 2. So over here, as you can see, I chose Bretonnia and I'm up against the followers of Nagas, if I'm correct. So let's take a quick look at my army composition over here, and then we're gonna be going to my opponent over there. So in the front line, 3 units of peasant mob just to soak up the damage. I went a little bit like Warhammer 1 into this. I chose the battle pilgrims as my main force, no foot squires or anything else. So 1, 2, 3, 4 foot squires along with a Grail reliquary over here. 2 Grail knights on the left flank, hidden in the trees just for the starting position, but then I just took them off just in case he was trying to do anything with his what the hell's those things, sepulchral stalkers. 2 units of peasant bowmen with fire back here, 2 spearmen, spearmen at arms, not men at arms, and 2 men at arms with polyarms over here. So as my leadership, I chose the Fey Enchantress with the usual old stuff. You just Chalice of Potion, Favor of the Fey, Arcane Conduit, Regrowth, and Earthblood, along with some other passive skills she has. So for my enemy, he's got 2 carrion hidden in the back corner over here. I saw that immediately. I just didn't pay attention. I knew I was safe. Oh, and I totally forgot about to mention the Grail Guardians leading the front of my I would say infantry. They're just gonna be charging straight into that. So for my enemy, those 2 carrions, a Kemrian War Sphinx over here. This is gonna clean house from for this against those battle pilgrims. 1, 2, 3, 4 crypt ghouls with silver chevron. This guy is up to 3, and this one, perhaps he didn't have enough money. Also a Tomb King over here. Let's see what he's got. He doesn't have doesn't seem to have much, just the scorpion armor, my will be done, and just the rest of the passive stuff. And the rest of his army is just sepulchral stalkers. So he was mostly expecting like a heavy cavalry build. That's why he chose so many sepulchral stalkers, and the crypt ghouls are good enough to destroy pretty much any infantry Bretonnia can field. So he went like really simple, but with a goal in mind. So let's start and see what's gonna happen. Immediately I'm gonna pull some of my Grail Knights over into the left flank. I just wanna pick up a fight with these sepulchral... oh, these are Necropolis Knights. So 1 Necropolis Knight, 1 Sepulchral Stalker, make that 2. So 1 is actually Necropolis Knights with halberds, great anti-large capabilities. So immediately I'm just gonna be sending my peasant mob into the fray. I'm gonna follow up with the rest of the stuff, and over here I'm just gonna charge with one of these guys. I just need him to commit with these both troops over here, but he's not gonna take that bait, so I will have to commit over to this side. Let's go take a look. These snakes, and they look pretty awesome, but my Grail Guardians will just mop them up. They get some backup from the crypt ghouls, but I brought some peasant mob and some battle pilgrims over here to support the fight. Over in the middle, the Grail Guardians are on top of the fray of the battle, like the Kemrian War Sphinx. They're not able to do that much of a damage. These guys don't have the greatest of AP, but they're just gonna hold the line over here, just provide enough encouragement and firepower to just keep the fight in the middle going. He's gonna immediately just start chasing my Grail Reliquary or Fey Enchantress. What the hell is he chasing? Probably Fey Enchantress, yeah, and he just pushes back the Fey like she was nothing. I'm just sending the Grail Guardians immediately to support here. As you can see, he's dropping with some carrions into my back line over here, but I immediately send some spearmen, which I had just for that in the back line. Are the carrions like large or let me see, what do they count as? Nope, they're an infantry entity, so these polyarms won't do that much of a damage. In case this was like foot squires or battle pilgrims, they would be able to just mop this thing quite a lot easier, but they're gonna do the job anyways. So over here I was fighting, I had my polyarms back here, but I chose to send them straight into that Kemrian War Sphinx to provide the backup that's needed for the Grail Guardians over here. As you can see, we are doing just fine over in the back line over here. We destroyed one of his sepulchral stalkers. over here. The other one hasn't taken that much damage though, so it doesn't look like a win-win for me. I'm dropping heals over here just to keep these guys up and running, but it doesn't seem to be going my way, so I'm gonna immediately just disengage over here. As you can see, I just wanna reset the fight, and I'm actually gonna send these guys over to this side, and I need because I want to take that Cambrian War Sphinx out. I'm gonna start shooting with whatever free archers I got, because he's heavily focusing on chasing them down. As you can see, I'm bringing my Great Knights over here, because if he wants to bring these guys like in top of my halberds and spearmen, that's fine. I'm not gonna keep fighting back there. We just we just kept these guys at bay. That's all we need to do. Now we're coming in hot with the Grail Guardians over here, and you can see that almost immediately the Cambrian War Sphinx is going rather rapidly down. And as you can see, I got all of my forces up in here. Like, look at how many heals I can just get from Earthblood. And yes, I'm dropping Earthblood at the moment, so the healing is amazing over here. Just if I had to count, there's like almost 10 units in here, and high quality ones, like the Grail Guardians, the Grail Knights, Fae, the Chalice, even the pole arms like are an excellent unit in this matchup. And the only one that are missing from that blob is just one polearm and some archers and peasant mob. So that's like one of the most excellent heals that I've ever dropped. Over back here, these Eyes of the Desert are actually just dropping some missile attacks. I didn't believe these missile attacks were so good, but they're just ripping through here. As you can see, just look at that, just a whole bunch of my guys going down. That's why I'm just gonna send the battle pilgrims over here. Just need to engage those guys, just make sure they don't come into my back. The spears are standing still here, I don't know. You need to keep moving. So finally, with a lot of trying, one of the Cambrian War Sphinx is actually going down. I'm trying to get my archers like away from these carrions. There's like 4 carrions still going. I'm just gonna start immediately shooting with these peasant bowmen so I can release them, and I'm just gonna send the peasant mob over here as well. So he's trying to finish up that battle pilgrim over there, but I really couldn't care less. That's where the fight is going on. If I win this over here, and as you can see, I'm winning. Like, the balance of power is massively in my favor. He's dropping a spawn into my peasant moben, which tips a little bit the balance in his favor, but since I just want to reset the fight over here, I just want to get a clean charge bonus again onto these sphinxes, so I'm just gonna charge into the Ushabti, just make sure these guys will not be running for long, and then I'm just gonna charge back into the Tomb King over here and the Cambrian War Sphinx. And to be honest, there's really not much going on at the moment. There's like one Crypt Ghoul, make that 7 Sepulchral Stalkers, a Tomb King over here, and just the Cambrian War Sphinx, and that's pretty much it. These guys are already melting, and I'm soon gonna send the Grail Knights back into the fray. And the Grail Guardians, just look at them. They're still, since the fight started, they were like 50% health, and they're still 50% health. They haven't lost at not even a point. They're still going strong, although the healing cap has kicked in, and that's where it goes down. Like, there's really wasn't much anything around. So let's take a look at the army over here. Obviously, I don't know why I chose that build. I just having some fun time. I was on Discord with the lads, and I was like just popping whatever troop I could find, and that's what I came up with. You know, just some anti-large, some frontline support, some good infantry that can hold against Tomb Guard or Skeleton Spearmen, just enough for my guys to do the dirty job, and that's it. So over here to my enemy, the Tomb King, he really lacked some magic. I don't know, I've run like I ran way too many matches lately that almost nobody brings magic. Like, I really don't know what's wrong with the people in Warhammer lately. Like, what's going on? Why don't you bring magic? But anyway, the Crypt Ghouls actually did an amazing job. As I said, like, if he went a little bit more diverse and just cut those Sepulchral Stalkers, except the Eyes of the Desert. The Eyes of the Desert can be actually good. Oh, he had... I just saw that. I thought it was like 3 in total, these constructs, but it was actually 4. Oh, I just realized that. But they didn't do well anyways. Like, they were fighting against Grail Guardian, so that kill count is actually quite good, but still they didn't get much. The Carrion, as always, a pain in the ass, just shutting down my archers, although I was able to get them. And the Cambrian War Sphinx, 46 kills. Yeah, I don't think that's the way to do it. Like, first of all, you need magic, and second of all, you just don't need so many of this stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, played correctly, these guys can do amazing job, but just one or two, like 4 of this, they're not gonna cut it. Anyway, so I think that was it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like or a comment. I'm trying to get like Attila and Rome 2 battles, honestly. But every time I go into the lobby, nobody's around, and whenever I get a fight, somebody lags, somebody just breaks the rules, you know, no artillery, max 6 cav, so he's gonna bring like 10 cavalry and like a whole bunch of artillery, which I'm totally fine, I don't have a problem. You can just throw any set you have at me. I'm just I'm still gonna play it, but since I'm playing mostly 2v2s, the other guys are dropping, they're just raging, and yeah, they just don't like being tricked. Like they say no art, just don't bring no artillery. It's there, it's like in the unit name, in the game title, like seriously. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like or a comment, as I said, and see you next time.